Welcome, Fredi Legend fans! How you guys doing? Guys, catching up with a few more videos. I know that recently we haven't been making any videos on Subnautica, and we need to get through to part number 4 of building the base. But before we get to that, I have a friend, the Abyss Emperor. As you guys know by now, we've added as a group, we've added each other together as a group, and we're going to be playing a few games together, and we're going to be chatting over Discord, and we want you guys to join the series wherever we're playing. We want you guys to join and support us. It's going to be awesome. So I've been challenged by the Abyss Emperor here to play War Thunder. Well, let me tell you, I don't have any idea how War Thunder works, but I'm going to learn, I'm going to check it out. I see actually there's a shooting range. So I've been taking the time, checking out the shooting range. I see every video on shooting ranges shows you actually how the game of War Thunder works, right? So for example, the tax. So I can't just go into the videos, into the game directly. First do the tutorials, and then check maybe a shooting range video, 1 or 2 here, just so that we can double check, make sure that we've got a little bit of background, because this is also, I think this is an online game where you can play together and be as teams, and you need to go out and shoot other enemy teams with your tanks. Go out there. I think it's mainly tanks, I'm not sure, maybe it's about ships as well. I'm still learning this, guys, but damn, it looks great. But I know absolutely none shit rats about this game. So I'm going to be watching a lot of videos on this. As you see actually here on the right, I'm just going to open up the screen for you here. Here on the right we've got War Thunder, and it's actually still downloading, so we've got a update downloading here for it. So it's not that I've actually started the game as of yet, but we are going to open it up and then we're going to start doing the tutorials. But just to give you guys a little bit of a short review about the game. So it's basically it's a multiplayer online game. MMO multiplayer. If we go here, you guys can see it's well, summary here. You see, I'm actually still looking about the game. I'm still seeing what the game is about. But it's a War Thunder next generation MMO combat dedicated to the World War II military aviation. So it's about World War II. So directly it goes into action in World War II. You know, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be great. I think I'm up to the challenge, and actually also playing it together with him could get fun. So there's armored vehicles, there's fleets, and you can take part in all of the major combat battles, fighting with real players all over the world. So, yeah, so it is online, it's actually all over the world. So for me to get into the game, definitely the tutorials are going to be so important, and then we can actually start playing the game and see how things goes. One of the tips that I've learned so far actually is, which I think is an important one, is actually when you're going, wherever you're going to capture point A, point B, or point C. In this 222 video that's been shown on the shooting range, they actually explain to you that when you go out to go and shoot whatever enemy you're going to be shooting, it's good to keep a far distance. Now, I know all the War Thunder players probably already know this, right? Noob. Well, this is probably for the beginners, guys. So all the beginner guys, you're going to be joining me in this video. All beginners, you're going to be checking this video out. So follow us. It's not just going to be on tutorials, but the first few videos I'm just going to be maybe posting. If you guys want me to post, I'm just going to be doing some tutorials and just having some fun. So if you guys want to just check how I'm checking the tutorials out, seeing what the game's all about. Maybe you guys want to follow as well because you want to learn as well. Maybe you're one of the beginners of War Thunder and you want to do the same. Maybe you want to jam with a friend or two. Yeah, check us out and subscribe to our channels. So yes, they're literally explaining here about the distance of your vehicle. So if you are going to be moving to point A or point B and whatever map that you're on, you need to actually take a far approach. Don't take shortcuts, because the closer you get into distance, I'm telling you now, it's going to be more difficult, not just destroying your teams, but you're going to be in close proximity. And it means that you're going to be affecting your whole enemy team, bringing them into sight. Because remember, at the end of the day, the whole idea is the further you are, you've got much distance in your shot, and you also get buildings and things that you can actually hide in between, and get nice shots in between places where you've got maybe just a little hole or a little peak hole where you can actually get through and get good shots in. So that's one of the things that I've actually checked out on this shooting range video, and there's a lot of things that you can actually see on the War Thunder website, guys. You've got more tutorials here that they're speaking about and as what I've seen is you actually get like a whole list of what armored vehicles you've got. There's a workshop here, which is quite cool, I have to say. Let's just quickly go into the workshops we get here. So let's see, War Thunder SDK. Okay, so this is what is this all about? Creating missions. So you can actually what does this create? Can you create your own missions? Even opening a template correctly is important. Yeah, so you can actually, if you want to, you can create your own mission. You've got a mission editor. So you can go into War Thunder mission editor, start learning how to create missions. You can create your own missions for maybe for you and your team. Going out as a group and you want to go and do any type of mission, well, you can create your own, right? So that can be awesome. Doing your own missions, going out to locations, creating your own locations. So there's a creation locator. Yeah, let's just have a look. Location editor. Yeah, so you can edit your own locations, create them, and I think that's also very nice, right? Creating locations and things like that. So there's many things here with War Thunder, and I think it's going to be quite exciting. And I want you guys to definitely follow us. As let's have a look at the military vehicles. We've got aviation, ground vehicles, naval force. Okay, so there's water vehicles as well and helicopters. Booyah! That's going to be great. I can already see how this thing is coming together, why people love this game, because it's not just a ground battle. It's actually an air battle and it's a water battle. So it's a proper MMO World War II based game where you can go out and do things from the air, maybe ground vehicles, do things from the water, have battleships. I'm guessing a few airplanes and things, jets. Yeah, let's have a look at some of the ground vehicles here. I'm a fan of ground vehicles, so I'm definitely going to go to the ground vehicles first. Not that I know anything about tanks actually, but I'm learning. Let's have a look. So we've got light tanks over here. Let's go open up the light tanks first. See what we have on light tanks. USA light tanks. Okay, well they actually have. This is not a small list. This is a massive list over here. So let's see. Okay, so just from list number A, we've got the A13 MK1. For whoever knows this tank, who should know what that is all about. Then we've got the A13 MK1, third RTR. Got no idea what that is. The A13 MK2, the A13 MK2 1939. Then we've got the AB41, 43, AEC MK2, the AMC 34YR, AMC 35 ACG. .1, AMD.35, the AML 90, the AMX 10 RC, AMX 13, AMX 13 FL11, the AMX 13 HOT. I don't know what that is about, but we'll find out eventually. AMX 13 SS.11, the AMX 1390, the AMX 13 M24, the AUBL /74, and the AUBL /74 HVG. And that's only in list number A. And then we've got B's, C's. Okay, there's a whole lot here. And I'm sure we can get specifications on them. Let's just, for example, look at the A13 MK1. Wiki War Thunder. So if we click on the War Thunder, the A30 MK1, you can have a look here at the rank and for where the tank is for. So this is Britain. It looks like a British tank, if I'm not mistaken here. Let's see. So it's a class light tank. The crew can take about 4 people. Visibility 93%. Armor front, side, and back. Hull 14, 14, 14. Turrets 14, 14, 14. So I'm guessing that's the amount of turrets. I hope so. I think that is what it's about. Yeah. So 14 turrets times 3 maybe. Or weight 13.8 tons, and that's only a light tank. Jeez, that's crazy. Engine power 340 horsepower. Power to weight ratio 25 horsepower per ton, I think maybe. Speed 47 kilometers an hour forward and 5 kilometers an hour back. Reversing at 5 kilometers an hour, I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit slowish. Okay, but it is reversing, and we are talking about a tank that weighs 13 tons, so it makes a lot of sense. Main weapon 40mm QF 2-pounder cannon. Ammunition 87 rounds. Reload speeds, we're looking at 2.8 and 3.6 seconds. Got actual weapon is 7.7mm Vickers machine gun, and then we've got the ammunition about 330,000. No, that's 3,500 rounds right there. Let's see. Okay, so if you're repairing your vehicle on War Thunder, it seems like it's free. The purchase and the research is free. How is the driving though? let's see. Even though the A13 has good mobility, it sometimes feels weird, loses speed on turns, does not accelerate quite as fast as its overpowered engine. It should provide, and it's a hill climbing feels okay. So the hill climbing feels hard, right? So if you're going to be driving the A13, it's important to remember that if you're going to be doing hill climbing, it might take a bit of time. So if well, there's an important factor. Let's say we're going out for our first battle on War Thunder, and we're knowing that we've got the A30 tank, the Tom Cruiser MK3 A13 tank. We know by now, just by learning a little bit about the tank, that if we're going to be climbing hills, we might just end up losing the battle if we are close to a lot of hills trying to climb them. So that's actually an important factor to know, right? So climbing hills with the with the A13 will not be one of the best decisions that we can make as a team overall. If everyone has A13s, in case it's really the only option that you've got, I'm guessing you would have to make a plan, but it depends on where you are, right? Let's see the shooting. So since the 40mm QF2 pounder is used on most British tanks of rank 1, it's important to know it well. The cannon has a major disadvantage at a distance, since its projectiles lose around 20mm of penetration for every 500 meters they travel. As if this was not enough, it has poor accuracy. Even with adjustment of fire modification, one should target large components, pre-engine, transmission, or as distance increases 500 meters or more. The general sense of the foe. Firing it, you will easily notice it last but not last floor. It does almost no post-penetration damage, which means you will need to snipe crew members one by one. Combine this difficulty with a bit of distance, and this task can prove difficult, sometimes leaving the enemy enough time to replenish their crew before you finish it off. Alright, there's a few negatives, but then again, all tanks have got the good side, the good things and the bad things, right? Like any weaponry or anything that you're taking, there won't only be positive reviews. So yeah, that's about that. Okay, so that's a little bit about tanks on War Thunder. Look at all the specifications here that you can read about. That's actually flippin' amazing. So they've put, in my opinion, they've put so much research into tanks, and they've put everything into such a great place where you can read up on tanks and also actually expand your knowledge about it, but also learn so much about the game and how much they've put into the game, developing the game, not just developing the game, but actually creating a nice user experience. So I actually can't wait to play the game. I'm actually getting excited just by reading through all these things. Here we've got pros and cons. So good gun for its rank. It's fast, slim target. Cons, next to no armor, so it hasn't really got any armor. It loses speed when turning. So there's so much here that we can, there's even a history here, guys, that you can read up on. So, wow. Some great things about War Thunder here so far. And I'm really excited to start sharing the first few tutorials with you guys once this download has finished. It's going to be great, and I hope you guys are going to be joining us. It's going to be awesome. Fredi Legend out. I'm going to see you guys soon. Cheers for now.